Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm obviously going to be getting into CPR, a guide to bringing your dreams to life. However, today I won't be going too deep. I won't be going further into the other subtopics and all of that good stuff that is included in this series. However, today I will be just going into my own experience on things that I have already discussed. I want to take it slow a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Part of me does want to jump ship and really just get straight into the other stuff, but I have already talked about a few things, and what better than like immediately after that video to just kind of show what that looks like or what it can look like, you know? So with that being said, today I'm going to be tapping into the purpose behind the career paths that I am pursuing currently. So I am currently pursuing 3 different career paths. First is YouTube. Second, ooh, y'all hear the train? I don't know. Second is interior decorating, which I actually discussed a little bit in the first video to this series. Third thing is writing. That's one thing that I have not really mentioned, and I was kind of debating if I'll even mention it or not, because I low-key wanted it just to be a surprise, but that's fine. Third thing is writing. I enjoy writing just in general, but more specifically, I am writing everything that is in this series, everything that I'm discussing. I am also writing this into a guidebook that I will later release once the process is over. You know, the process of learning what it takes to really bring my dreams to life. So I'm in the process of it. I'm learning, and I have gathered some wisdom along the way thus far. So yeah, those are my 3 career paths that I am pursuing right now. And I kind of want to mention what is bringing this about. Like in my first video, I discussed that purpose is something that is forever changing, or not necessarily changing, but it does grow into different things as you grow. And one thing that I have realized recently is I haven't really been identifying or really acknowledging my true purpose behind everything I'm doing. I feel like I've been more in tune with the career aspect of it, which is okay, because these are things that I'm pursuing as a career, but my purpose in doing these things is not simply nor strictly just about career. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm tapping into today. We got to remember what this shit is really about. It's not just like, oh, I just want a career. It's like, it's kind of hard to explain, because like, of course, it's a career that I'm pursuing as a career, but like, that's not the purpose. The purpose is not to necessarily have a career. The purpose, more so in general, is for me to pursue something, pursue crafts and passions that I feel for and that I enjoy doing, and allow myself to grow through those crafts. You know, pursuing it as a career allows me to grow in those crafts and just expand in several ways. But I want to get more specifically into my purpose. That's the general idea of it, because I'm like, recently it's just like, girl, this shit is not just about career. Like, I just been having this career mindset, and it's like, there's no passion behind that. Like, just thinking of it as career, and that's what I'm doing it for. And if I'm gonna do it and see it through and take it to where I really want to take it to each and every level, that kind of mindset is not going to really stick. So in all of this, I definitely seen it's necessary for me to tap back into that purpose. Okay, so here we are. Let's get into it, shall we? One thing before I get into it, I know in my first video I explained how it's important to find a dual purpose. However, in this video, that is not necessarily the case. In this video, it's just necessary. I need to kind of get back to the basics of my purpose. So I won't be discussing anything of dual purposes, more so just the basics and like why I'm doing this, you know, because I feel like I'm starting to kind of lose track of that a little bit as I discuss, but that's what I will be getting into rather than the dual purpose of things. First things first with my YouTube. So, and this is another thing, like you can have several purposes. Like it doesn't really have to be just one single thing. It can be like a few things that kind of go hand in hand. For me, YouTube, my purpose in doing YouTube is for one to, in no specific order, but like for one, the first thing that comes to mind is like documenting my life. YouTube gives me the opportunity to document my life and also share that. And it gives me the platform to be able to look back years or time later and really just see different parts of myself. I enjoy documenting my life in general. I have things that aren't just on YouTube or just aren't showcased to the world at all. I enjoy doing that, but YouTube gives me the platform to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to keep it in my gallery or keep it in these places. I can just push it out there and it can be out there for me to see later, for my children's children to see later. And so I do YouTube to document my life. Another thing YouTube does for me in pursuing YouTube, it gives me the opportunity to better process myself and just my experiences in my life. Like I said, I also do these things on my own. I sit and I process my own personal things in my life on my own. But it kind of changes things when you know that what you're saying and what you're doing is being shared. And so it really calls me to take a better look at how I'm saying things and allows me to process it in a more clear way. Because naturally, like if I'm processing, you know, when you're by yourself and it's just like, okay, it's like a I know kind of thing. So you don't really have to explain it in certain ways, you know. Not that my purpose is really to make anyone understand, but my purpose is to make things as clear and simple as possible. And posting things on YouTube motivates me to do that. And I enjoy that. I love it. Because the better I'm able to process things and just articulate myself, the more well-spoken I am, the more ability I have to connect and share myself outside of YouTube and just out in the world, you know. So those are the two things for me for YouTube, is documenting my life and also really processing things. Third, I guess, also would be sharing things. That's my last one. I mean, like right now, that's always been kind of like a vision I had for my YouTube. You know, I really seen it as a platform for me to share my life and also connect to people who relate. Right now, my YouTube doesn't have that many subscribers or anything like that. However, that is still my vision, and that's something that plays a role in my purpose in pursuing this, you know. YouTube, once again, it serves as the perfect platform to share my life and also the opportunity to find others who relate. That's something that I'm passionate about, because it's not every day where you can come across people that you can connect with. Sharing myself and my life on YouTube versus in person to someone maybe I haven't met is two completely different things. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, it's like a platform, so I can just throw it out there and whoever catches it, catches it. But when you're one-on-one or whatever the case may be with someone or people, it's a little bit different, you know. Nothing's bad or wrong about it. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But for me, it gives me the perfect opportunity to find someone who can or will catch it. You know what I mean? Whereas in person, it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess it's less room for rejection when you're doing it on YouTube, I suppose. But yeah, I guess that's the only difference there. I never really thought about that. See, and that's why we're here. It gets me. This shit got me thinking a little bit. Like, oh, like, I never really think that, but that's what the case is. But it gives me the opportunity to share my life for those who can connect and can relate. Yeah. So that's it for YouTube. I enjoy documenting my life and just better processing and articulating myself, and also finding those who I can relate to and those who I can connect with. I think out of all of those purposes, though, I think the processing information and just articulating myself is my biggest one. It honestly makes me feel really good to just sit down like I am right now and share my life and better understand what it is I'm doing and where I'm at. It feels really good to share those things as well, to put it out there for people to do whatever they will with it. See, I don't think that it's not less room for rejection, but the thing is, I just will never know. You know what I mean? All right, that's it for you. That's it. Fuck. Made me think. Damn it. Okay, next. Interior decor. So with interior decorating, my purpose, for one, is to put my abilities to use, or not necessarily. Interior decorating is something that I'm passionate about. I enjoy decorating. So it's not like putting my abilities to use, but it's simply to do something that I enjoy. I enjoy interior decorating, but then again, there's so many things I enjoy doing. You don't pursue everything as a career. So that kind of leads deeper into my purpose, which is I want to help others create a beautiful space, place, and home for them own selves. And that's the difference between a lot of the things that I like to do versus this as interior decorating, which I'm pursuing as a career. Because a lot of things I like to do, but that does not mean that I want to go and help everyone to do it, you know? Like, I love giving massages. That does not mean I need to be a masseuse, okay? And that's actually something that's came up before. That don't mean I need to be a masseuse. That don't mean I want to go and massage random strangers. I just don't have the aspirations to do that. However, when it comes to interior decorating, for me, it's like, I love it so much that I want it for everybody else. And I think the reason that is really just because I understand how much your space, the space and place in which you live or work or breathe in, can affect a person. And I just aspire to help others have a beautiful space and place to live in order to better their life, because I understand the value of that shit. Like, just simply having a beautiful space can uplift your entire being. And then in uplifting that, you know, in other ways, in your personal life, in your work life, in your relationships, you're just uplifted. And I aspire to help others achieve that. That's really my purpose. I want to create a beautiful space and place for people so that they can be uplifted. I want to uplift others. Is that the true purpose in this? You know, because I think I've ran with just like, I enjoy doing this thing. I like to do it a lot, but I don't feel like that alone is the purpose. That leads me to the purpose, which is I want to create a beautiful space and place for others. That's really it with interior decorating. Like, I just want to help others create a beautiful space and place because I understand the value of it, and I want to help uplift others through their home, through creating a beautiful space. You know what? Hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. I think that's really what it is about, though. It's about uplifting others. Because, baby, if I can just get you a nice looking space and you all have you feeling different and some motion, like, yes, I want that for everybody. And if I can help do that, oh, baby, best believe I'm first in line. I'm right there. And I'm ready to do the job. So I'm excited about that. And that's really my purpose in doing all this. I've been doing a lot of learning the past few weeks. I've also been looking into getting a career diploma in interior decorating. So I'm glad that I have a better understanding of my purpose as I'm taking steps forward and looking into doing things like that in this career path. I'm excited about that. I love that. Last but none the least is writing. So I kind of want to touch on writing in general really quickly before I get into what I'm writing currently. But for me, writing in general helps me to process and articulate my own experiences, my inner knowings, and just my wisdom, the wisdom that I carry. For me, writing is also very much a process. My writing process looks a lot like I'll write something up for a few weeks or whatever the case may be. And then I won't look at it until months down the line. And then I do it over and over and over again. And there's something about the refinement in that just, it grows me as a person in ways that I can't even really explain. I'm kind of having trouble, but I sense it. It grows me in ways I can't really explain. But that's what my writing process looks like. And so writing about CPR and bringing my dreams to life, writing about this, for me, it is helping me find answers to my very own questions, you know? Because the thing is, the first time I write, and then when I come back to it, it's like a brand new version of myself looking at something that I have already written. And when I'm looking at these things, it's like, okay, I agree. Sometimes I agree with certain stuff. Sometimes I'm like, wait, no, I gotta like figure that, like, that don't really sound about right. And just taking a peek into the mind space, the being of some past version of myself through writing, through words in that way, it really invokes critical thinking for my own self, especially because being down the line, things have changed and things are different. So when I'm reading it, it's like giving me a glimpse into some past version of myself while also like it simultaneously, that's what it is. It simultaneously like gives me a glimpse into a past part of myself while also evoking the current version of myself and new information that I have gathered since then. And in that, it's like it evokes growth. It documents that growth as well. And so in CPR, I'm bringing my dreams to life. I'm really just on a journey of learning what it is that I need to do in order to bring my dreams to life. And so pairing that whole process with this and bringing my dreams to life, it just very simply said, it just brings about the wisdom that is necessary. Because a lot of times when I'm writing in my book, it's like, it's not that I don't know, okay? It's not that I don't know what to do and I'm just all at loss. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's like that with more specific things, like, what do I do with this thing? And that just calls for more experiences to really help me better understand. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm writing and I'm asking myself these questions and I'm evoking critical thinking within myself, the answers are there. I just have to ask them. I just have to go searching for them. So in writing this book, it has allowed me to and pushed me to look for it. It gives me the space and the environment to look for it, and not only look for it, but find it. Okay? Because as long as you're looking for it, baby, you gonna find it. So for me in my writing, that's what that has done, and that's really the purpose of it, is finding that wisdom that resides within me, resides within my experiences, and documenting it, sharing it. I also aspire to share these things because I know that I'm able to go searching and finding for it in my experiences without anyone necessarily having to tell me to, or without any type of influence. However, there are so many people out in the world who have dreams, who have goals, and just may need that extra push, just may need a little bit of inspiration. And that's really what this series, what this book is all about, is just evoking that inspiration to begin looking for it, to begin figuring out what it is necessary to moving towards your goals. And I hope for my book to not only bring about inspiration, but to also bring about changing the way one thinks about their goals and the ways that one goes about their goals. Okay, that was a little bit. That was a lot. I don't know why I said a little bit. That was a lot. That was a lot. But in a nutshell, in summary, the purpose in me writing is to, and more specifically writing the book that I'm writing now, is to find the wisdom that is necessary to achieve my goals, and to also inspire others and help others to bring their dreams, their goals to life. Something that I'm realizing is, like, in my purpose in a lot of these things, like, my purpose, in a way, it serves me as well as it serves others. That's something that I just realized, like, it serves me and others. And perhaps all of it, in a nutshell, once again, my purpose is to serve myself, fulfill my own self, and to serve others. And of course, it goes deeper than that, which I've already just went through. But I like to kind of capsulate it a little bit, just, because that was a lot. I'm so glad I tapped into my purpose today. I really needed to do that because, baby, I was losing track. Like, this, I'm pursuing it as a career, but and let's get into that. I think I already said that, but the only reason these things, well, not the only reason, but one of the purposes in pursuing these things as a career is it gives me the environment, it gives me the foundation to it gives me a foundation that allows me to better perfect my craft. Not to be perfect, but to grow my crafts. That is everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know any other things you would like to hear as far as everything that I've already talked about, as far as purpose, commitment. If you want to hear about my dual purposes and how I navigate that within my own personal goals or within my career goals, I would share that as well. But yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and baby, until next time.